It's happening.
Yay,
Hello,
yay,
everyone.
yay. Okay, I'm sharing.
Jenny's sharing. Today's question: what is a soul connection?
Mm. I don't know, Jasmine. What is that?
What is it? What is it? So, soul connection is something that Jenny and I have been talking about for a while. It is like, I just love having deeper connection with people. I'm not the person who is going to come and chat with you and it be like surfacey. Like, we're going to talk about shit. like, like I just want. I mean, it's not that you don't have fun. It's not that I don't want to have not have fun. What I want is I want a deeper connection with you. Like, I want to know, and that to me is this like soul connection. Like, I meet you and I'm just like, I'm like drawn to you as a person. And we have so many different things. I think such a myth is like that our spouse is our only deep connection in life, which is so. Are we all past that? Are we all past the idea of that our husband or wife is the only deep connection that we have?
I hope so.
Like, I'm past it.
Yeah.
And not to belittle that relationship because it's super beautiful and super amazing. But we have so many other beautiful teachers. We have so many other deep connections and friendships and enemies that are these soul connections. Like, it's amazing,
Yeah.
right?
Sadie agrees with us. Yay, Sadie.
I'm glad.
And
I'm
like,
glad.
I would call you like you're one of my work wives.
Yeah, we're married in work life. We're married.
Yeah.
I
So,
probably it's probably more work than than my actual marriage. Like, we have quite the relationship. However,
hey, Mama Bonnie.
and then you have your parents and your children. Those are all significant relationships in your life. But I think we diminish the other types of soul connections, even the people who we don't love, even the people who we don't like. Those can be soul connections too.
Mm-hmm.
We have contracts with all kinds of people to help us learn and grow and develop into who we want to be. And we get to choose that. We do get to choose who we want to be. And we did choose that. And now it's our whole life purpose to figure out how to be that.
Yeah. Well, I think, remember. And you know how I love to break words down. So is before, and membrane is this physicalness. So remembering this in this physical body, who we were before this actual physical body. And I mean, this is the whole like liberation path of the chakras, moving from the root to the crown, away from this natural man, this beast, right? The fear, fight, flight, or freeze into like, enlightened bliss. And I see everything and understand all the purpose of everything now. This is like that main channel that most people on this planet are working towards is like, where am I going? What is my purpose? Why am I here? And it's a journey that, like, I mean, just look at all of our movies and books and fairy tales. It's like, I mean, it's the hero's journey. If you want to like get into Carl Jung psychology, this hero's journey of like trying to figure out, why am I here? What am I doing? What is my purpose? And connecting to this, like, who you really are.
Well, and
Before
it's
you
these
have this body.
connections that help that happen for you. It's these
100%.
people that help you. These soul connections are these people who help you along the journey. I mean, you talk about 12, the 12 channel, the channel of 12, the chakras, right? Which
Mm-hmm.
most people talk about 7, but there's lots more than that. We also can discuss the 12 months of the year.
Mm-hmm.
We can discuss the 12 houses of the zodiac.
Mm-hmm.
Like, these are all these phases of life that help you connect to your soul purpose. Your soul purpose is. I always kind of struggle when people are like, "Oh, I have one purpose in life." No, you don't. You have like 40,000. Like,
Like, that little, I think infinite. I really do. I feel like
I feel like you have a purpose with every relationship. Like we have a soul purpose together. My husband and I have a soul purpose together. My friends and I have a soul purpose together. My kids and I have a soul purpose together. There's so many of these purposes that you hold, and to think that you just have one, to think that your job is like the thing that you do for money, the thing that you prostitute yourself for. That's just fun. Anyway, that's just a little joke for those who are in Rising.
That's a lot of pressure to feel like your purpose has to be placed on either your career or your spouse
or your children,
your soulmate, or your children. That's a lot of pressure. So to like discover that there's this purpose within every relationship. I mean, I have a purpose with my house. I have a purpose with this cup.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Drink it. But there's things I have to do first. Like I have to pick it up. I have to feel it. And then I have to put it to my lips, and I have to tip my head back and like take the liquid in and swallow it. Like these are all so many different purposes. I'm like, are we going to bring it back? Are we going to bring it back?
Okay, so let's take it. We could talk about this all day. In fact, we have like a whole year of talking about this planned coming up. Spoiler alert. The name of next year's version of Rising is called Soul Connection. And we're going to walk you through the 12 houses, the 12 relationships that help you really connect to your soul's purpose in each of those aspects of your life, and identify who or what in your life is helping you to get to that purpose.
Yeah. And being able to really connect to this idea of remember this body. I was a body. I was energy, spirit, soul, whatever you want to call it. And that soul has energy that it needs to express through this physical being. And so learning how to connect first with your own energy, your own soul, your own spirit, so that when you come in contact with another person, then you can have that soul connection with them as well, instead of just this like, oh, I see you, and I human mind, I'm going to label you tall, short, fat, thin, rich, poor, good, bad, like all of these things. But when you really learn how to connect to your soul, you can that filter almost goes away, and there's that soul connection where it's like, ooh, we're not just going to talk about the weather, and we're not just going to talk about the food that we're eating. Like, funny, Jasmine and I, we went and we were doing a photo shoot out at Spiral Jetty, and I was like, I wanted to bring her food, but I don't even know if she likes sushi, because I was getting a sushi burrito, and I was like, does she even like sushi? Do I even know her favorite color? Like, I could tell you the shit she's going through, and I could tell you her goals and her dreams and her aspirations. I don't know her favorite color. It was like a really interesting conversation we had about that.
I agree. But it's like, and at that moment, you're like, I don't feel any less. It's just this deeper moment. And if anyone asks me, like, do you know Jenny? 100%. But could I tell you what she ate for lunch yesterday? No. I'll tell you that it probably didn't have eggs in it. So, and also learning, I feel like for me, when I find these soul connections, it's like this, it's almost like this release. It's weird to me because it's this release of expectations. Like, I don't have any expectations in that relationship. I just want to be in that energy, because I know that energy is taking me somewhere. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes that's really hard, because sometimes the soul connections show up in a shadow way. But the more we can find the beauty in that shadow, the more we can find the beauty in the people who are around us, the easier it is for us to see them as the light that they're trying to show us.
Yeah, well, and first, it really does start with you and loving your shadows, and honoring and having compassion for your shadows. because when you can do that, it's so much easier to have that compassion. And it typically is easier to have a little more compassion on other people because, you know, we're our own worst critic. But still kind of, like when you can really truly love all of your shit, all the dark parts of you, not just the light, beautiful, easy to love parts, that's unconditional love. And when you can really unconditionally love yourself, then it's so much easier to unconditionally love others because it's like, oh, I see myself in you.
Yeah. Well, and the duality of that is that these other people around us are here to teach us to love these unlovable parts of us. When we see someone else, they're here to show us. They made these, I'm going to throw out a new word that we can talk about in the future. They made these sacred contracts with us to do these things. And they made them because we wanted to learn that. We wanted to learn that thing. We wanted that thing to come into our life. And when we chose it, like forgiveness, I want to learn to forgive people. I think most people can identify with that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? To learn to forgive people, some people have to do things to you that are unforgivable. That's how you learn to truly forgive, is to learn to forgive someone when they did something that was unforgivable. We don't really think about that before we come here, that this person that loves us and who signed up for this, they have to do something that makes it unforgivable. I want to learn grace. Okay, well, I have to be put in situations where things are not graceful. I have to be like in the gym. I want to have bigger muscles. Well, I have to rip the muscles I already have so that they can grow bigger. So that's the things we need to think about. And when you're looking at the people in your life, I hope you take a second to see, okay, what contract could I have with them, and how are they going to trying to show me this thing, and really zoom out. And we're not talking with, okay, I have a contract with them so that we can go to the park together or that we can have a job together. That's not a contract. I have a contract with them to teach me things like forgiveness and gratitude and unconditional love and to trust only in myself. Those are the things that we're going to make contracts for. We're not making contracts for a job. We're not making contracts to build a studio. Those are the things of how we get to that.
Oh, it's so fun. I know. I'm like, oh, it's so juicy. So we have been preparing for next year's online healing circle, and it's just been flowing so beautifully. And it's like, can we start now?
Well, we kind of get to. So over the next few months, we're going to have Soul Connection Summits. Our first one is going to be October 8th at 10 o'clock online. And if you can't make it online, no worries, because it's going to be recorded and you can get it later.
Yes.
What else happens?
This summit, so mark your calendars because it's going to be awesome, first of all.
I'll make a comment here. April 8th.
And
you can go on the website. We are a little behind, so give us until tomorrow to go on the website, and we'll have a linky for you to purchase. If you want, we can email you. If you post your email in the comments, if you really want to be like, I'm 100% in, and you want to post your email in the comments, or you want to go onto our website and join our mailing list, you will 100% get it.
Yeah. So it's going to be like it's a 3-hour ceremony. This is not just a like, ooh, look how cool we are. Like we're going to like break down what are the blocks that are keeping you from connecting to your soul. What are the emotions that just keep showing up and giving you permission to feel them and move through them. And it's this first summit is called Commitment to Self ceremony. And we actually bought rings for you guys. So you're going to get a ring. Well, we got 20 of them. So the first 20 people that register will get a ring. And we will energize the ring. And if you don't get a ring, it's okay. You can go get one of your rings that you already have. And we're going to energize this ring and do this beautiful commitment ceremony. I mean, think of, I actually just had a friend who just did like, okay, we renewed our vows, right? Because they had gone through a rough patch and it was like, okay, we're refiguring out our relationship in a new way. So let's redo our vows and recommit to one another. But how often have you like really committed to yourself? Like outside of New Year's Eve, New Year's resolutions, which let's face it, are more of a punishment.
Yeah.
I gotta be who I'm not. I gotta be better than I am. This is a commitment to like really loving and connecting to yourself.
All the parts of yourself. All the parts. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So the first, yeah, like Jenny said, the first 20 people get rings. And as we grow this, we'll be able to do more, but that's just kind of where we're at right now. And we get to hang out for 3 hours. It is $27 for the ceremony, $27. And we're just, yeah, we're really excited about it. Soul Connection is going to be the program next year, and we want to do a couple summits beforehand, and also to be able to give back to people who maybe just want to have a little bit of an online ceremony.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you come to the summit does not mean any need to commit to Soul Connection at all. Maybe you just want to do the summit and you want to have that time to commit to yourself.
Yeah. Like really think for a second how many people you know walking around on this planet that are totally checked out. They're just doing their checklists, but they're not really tuned in or turned on with their life. And this commitment to self ceremony is going to tune you in to yourself, your spirit, your soul, that energy, and it's going to turn you on to life. Like these synchronicities, when you're connected to soul, synchronicities just continue to happen. And it's like, oh my gosh. I was working with a client today and she was like, you know, Jenny, it's so interesting because when I just show up, stuff happens for me.
Yeah.
She's sabotaging showing up. And so like this is one of her shadows that she's got to work. She's got to really learn how to connect to self. When she does, when she connects to soul, to spirit, and she shows up, shit happens for her. Like it just unfolds. And it's so beautiful to be in this place where this life just unfolds for you because you are connected and committed to that energy. It's so fun. I'm so excited. Like even just this commitment to self, if everybody on this planet would really commit to themselves, to really being in alignment with who they are, not who they think they should be or what other people think they should be, but just let me just connect right here. What is it that I need? What is it that I truly want? And is this thing that I'm doing, is it getting me closer to that or moving further away?
Yeah, absolutely. Understanding who you are, committing to yourself, committing to all the parts of who you are is so, I'm excited. And to have a little bit of a ceremony is just going to be really, really fun. I'm excited. So you can go on, if you want to, you can put your email in the comments and we'll make sure that you get an email. You can go on the website. We will have links live tomorrow because, well, we ran out of hours today. So we'll have links tomorrow. If you're on our mailing list, you will 100% receive an email. If you haven't actually already received an email, because I believe the email went out this morning about this. But I think it's going to be so much fun. It's $27. You get to hang out with us for 3 hours. I mean, I'm biased, but I think it's going to be a good time.
Yeah. Well, and you'll get the recording, so you can do this commitment ceremony multiple times with multiple different intentions behind it. So it's like something that you can use over and over and over again because we live in this world where there's all these other people and all these other agendas, and we sometimes forget that, oh, hold on. Here.
Yes. Okay, lovelies. Well, we love you so much. And tomorrow is the first Wednesday of the month. So don't forget to hang out with us tomorrow at 7. Yeah, Jenny, is that when we're coming live? 7 tomorrow?
Yeah, 7:00.
7
Party.
tomorrow. Do live readings. Set your timer, set your alarms. I don't know if you have a invite out into the world, but we'll put a post to remind you. And you get to hang out with us for an hour. We're yours for an hour to ask all the questions.
Wow.
Okay. Bye.